Good morning to all. How are you? How do you spend the vacation times? Do you enjoy the full time by watching TV or playing with your friends? Do you get the textbooks of the standard 9? Do you begin to study it? If you don't start, you will start soon. To make your study enjoy, we will begin YouTube classes. We will upload it and give it to you in time to time. The notes are also accompanied with it. So you must be ready to study and complete the portions in time and get the high score in the coming examination. Wish you all the best. Today we are going to start science class. Your science class is taken by a science teacher. While your science teacher is taking science classes, you are science students. In Malayalam, ശാസ്ത്രാധ്യാപകൻ ക്ലാസ് എടുക്കുന്നു. ഇപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ ശാസ്ത്ര കുട്ടികളാണ്, സയൻസ് സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് ആണ്. നിങ്ങൾ സയൻസ് സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് ആകണമെങ്കിൽ you have certain qualities. You have always the observation tendency. Observe everything, watch the movement and its state and ask questions themselves. What is it? For example, when I see a chalk, I ask myself, what is it? How is it made of? What is the use? This is the qualities of a science student. So if you become a good science student, you ask when you see anything, you ask themselves these questions and find out the answer yourself. When you see a piece of sodium chloride, in commonly you call them kayu, you take a piece of kayu and ask yourself. Ask the sodium chloride. Why is it? How is it made? Why you are called sodium chloride? What is the purpose of it? So let us try to answer these questions, and how to ask questions is we can think in this chapter. Science is I already said to you, it is revealing the secrets of nature. Science is revealing the secrets, the truths of nature. In this chapter, we are discussing about matter. We want to three things about what. What is matter? How is it made of? And what is the size of the particles? Which materials matter made of? And what the properties of the matter? We can try to find out these answers in this chapter. For the last century, the peoples or the scientists have no fixed ideas about what's matter. In earlier philosophers, they thought that all the matter in the universe is made up of Panchatattva. Do you know what is Panchatattva? പഞ്ചഭൂതങ്ങൾ. ഈ പ്രപഞ്ചത്തിലുള്ള എല്ലാ വസ്തുക്കളും, ഈ യൂണിവേഴ്സിലുള്ള എല്ലാ വസ്തുക്കളും പഞ്ചഭൂതങ്ങളാൽ നിർമ്മിതമാണ് എന്ന ചിന്താഗതിയാണ് പഴയ കാലത്തുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. പഞ്ചഭൂതങ്ങൾ ഏതൊക്കെയാണ്? എർത്ത്, സ്കൈ, എയർ, വാട്ടർ ആൻഡ് അഗ്നി. ഇത്രയേറെ. ആകാശം, ഭൂമി, ജലം, തീയ്, വായു. പ്രപഞ്ചത്തിലുള്ള എല്ലാ വസ്തുക്കളും ഈ പഞ്ചഭൂതങ്ങളാൽ നിർമ്മിതമാണ് എന്ന ചിന്താഗതിയാണ് ആദ്യകാലങ്ങളിൽ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. പക്ഷെ കാലം പുരോഗമിച്ചപ്പോൾ ചിന്താഗതിക്ക് മാറ്റം വന്നു. Later, the scientists discovered that they classified the materials according to the physical and chemical nature of the substance. Physical and chemical nature. Then, as years passed, they were trying to discover the secrets of all the materials. Then they found out that matter is built up by a blocks of wood. Matter all the marks are built up by a block of wood. But the modern period, later they discovered all the matter is made up of particles like the sand. That is history where we discovered how what is their attempts to find a definition for what matter is. So we want to study the latest thinking about what the matter is. For this, we have to look our surroundings and find out what they are. Your each day begins early morning till night. On this day, directly or indirectly, or knowingly or unknowingly, you must contact with, touch with, or use several types of materials. First, we can think what are they. When you wake up at 6 o'clock, first you go to the wash basin, then wash your face with water. Water is a matter. Water is a matter. Then you go to brush the teeth. When you take a brush and paste, you know that paste is another compound, another matter. The calcium carbonate is main component. Brush is another matter. The hand of the brush is plastic made, but the bristles are nylon fibers. Then you go to bath, take bath. Then during bath you will use soap. Soap is another compound. But you used to open the tap. Tap is another matter. After you take a cup of tea cup and matters. Then you can continue the process till you go to bed. Several infinite number of matters are touch with contact with. Then we can find a definition what the matter is. What the matter is, you try to look around. Are you sitting in the hall watching the TV or mobile phone? At first you look through sideways. What can you see? There is the chair, coat, tube light, pen, pencil. Here you can see beaker, tins, plastic tins, duster, shirt, watch, spectacle, rings, etc. All these things are matter. Then what's the matter? Matter is anything that occupies a space and has mass. Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Is anything. Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. You know, in case whether air is a matter, if air is, I said air is a matter. Only two reasons. One, it has mass. Secondly, it has space. If these two qualities are given to air, air is said to be a matter. Did you prove it? We can prove it by a simple experiment. Now, we are going to prove whether the air has mass and weight. Here you can see two balloons attached to the end of ends of a meter scale. This is filled with air. These two balloons are filled with air. This balloon is filled with air. Now we can first understand it occupies space. It occupies space. The balloon is filled with air. Now the balloon was filled with air. Air requires space to situate it. The second thing we want to prove is whether the air has weight. Now it is clearly balanced. It is clearly balanced by the meter scale on the two sides. We are going to, with a motor pin, we are going to pierce one of the balloon. Then the air is go out. Then you can carefully look what happened. Whether after that we are piercing the balloon with a motor pin, what happened? Then what is the information? What is the inference we are going to take place? Please look at it carefully. Now it is equally balanced. What happens? The balance change and the opposite side. Now here is more weight. Now we confirm that. We come to conclusion that air has both mass and space. So air is also a material. Air is also a material. We already said that matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Air is also a matter because it has mass and it occupies space positive. Also, we can take the conclusion that all the materials, whether it is in the gaseous state, solid state or liquid state, or whether it is living or non-living, are called matter. The stone, matter. A plant, it's a matter. But there is no difference in the case of living thing or non-living. Stone is a matter, water is another matter, ice is matter, carbon dioxide is matter. All the things, whether there is no difference in the case of state or living or non-living things. But we have come to conclusion that all things are made up of small particles like sand. Then we can go to another experiment. How small the particles are. We can do it by a simple experiment. We can going to do another experiment. In doing any experiment from this standard to your higher standard, you must remember that there are 5 things. The aim of the experiment. Second thing, pass the aim. Second, the apparatus required. Third, the procedure. Fourth, observation. Fifth, conclusion or inference. The next year you have the 10th standard. There also we can need these 5 steps. Now we are going to dissolve 1 spoon of sugar into a beaker of water. But our aim is what happened when a spoon of sugar is dissolved in water and stirred well with a spoon. Our aim. The materials required are sugar, glass, china dish, beaker, water and a stirrer. Then we can look what are the changes. First, we take water approximately it mark 300 ml. We take water in a beaker, correct the 300 ml. Then we add a spoon of sugar into the water and stir well. But this is the procedure. Add a spoon of sugar to a beaker of water and stir well. Then the fourth thing is observation. First, what happened to the sugar added to it? What happened to the sugar added to the beaker of water? Then the second thing we want to observe is whether there is any change in the volume of water. The volume is approximately in the 300 mark, whether the volume of water increases or decreases. We can ask. Then the third thing is where the molecules or particles of sugar goes. There is no change in the volume of the water. Then where the sugar particles go. But we want to observe these three things. Then we are going to answer these three questions. What happened to the sugar added to the water? The answer is what happened to sugar? The sugar dissolves it. No particles left in the sugar dissolves it. Second thing, where there is any height, the level of the water is increase or decrease. There is no change in the water level. It is now approximately the 300 mark. Thirdly, then the most important, where the sugar particles goes. ഈ ഷുഗർ നമ്മൾ ആഡ് ചെയ്ത ആ പഞ്ചസാരയുടെ പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് എങ്ങോട്ട് പോയി? നമ്മൾ ലയിച്ചു എങ്കിൽ നോർമൽ കേസിൽ നമ്മൾ ചിന്തിക്കും അതിന്റെ പാർട്ടിൽ ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടതാണ്. പക്ഷേ ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല. അപ്പോൾ there is the last point. Whether if we answer these questions successfully, we can find out the conclusion or inference whether the sugar molecules goes into the space between water molecules. There comes another question. Whether there is any space between water molecules. വാട്ടർ മോളികൾക്കിടയിലുള്ള ആ സ്പേസിലേക്കാണ് പഞ്ചസാരയുടെ പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് പോയത്. അപ്പോൾ ചോദ്യം വരികയാണ്, വാട്ടർ മോളിക്യൂൾസിനിടയ്ക്ക് H2O മോളിക്യൂൾസിനിടയ്ക്ക് സ്പേസ് ഉണ്ടോ? ഉണ്ട്. അതായത് അപ്പോൾ by doing this experiment we can again go through these 4 steps. This is the simple experiment for proving. It is given in your test. Then you must do these steps. What is the aim of this experiment? The aim of the experiment is what are the changes occurs? What happens when a spoon of sugar added to a beaker of water? To find out what happens to sugar. In this experiment you can do it in your home. Take a glass of water and add sugar. We don't want sugar. You can also use curry also. First you take a glass and add some water and mark level with a marker. You take a glass, make a marker on the glass, then add water to it, then a spoon of curry added to it and stir the well with a spoon. Then you notice whether there is any change in the level of water. Then you can yourself reach the inference. Where the molecules of sodium chloride curry goes to it is the space between water molecules. The aim of the experiment is to find out whether what changes occurs and what happens to sugar molecules when it dissolves in water. Apparent symbols: sugar, glass, beaker, water, and jar. The third thing is procedure. How the experiment is conducted? That is procedure. Take a beaker of water, add 1 spoon of sugar to it, stir the well, and note the level of water again. This is the procedure. Then the third thing is observation. What are the things? After the experiment you have to observe. You have to observe 3 things. What happens to the sugar particles? It dissolves it. Whether there is any change in the level of water? No. Why? It goes into the space between the spaces of water molecules. Then we can get the conclusion that the particles of substance are tiny, they are very small tiny particles. It goes into the space between water molecules. Then this experiment is also you can prove by another simple experiment. This is also very interesting for you. Now we are going to do another experiment to prove there is space between water molecules. You have to watch carefully and come to a conclusion. First, you notice, take a beaker, fill it with water till the drop, till the end of the beaker. That is, one more drop will overflow it. You have to carefully notice, you have to fill the beaker, and the level of the water is above the edge of the beaker. If one more drop of water is added, it will overflow it. Now, we are going to do this. You can see a bunch of motifin. You can see the level of the water is up to the top end, completely. If one more drop of water is added, it will overflow it. We can't add only if one more drop is added, it will overflow it. Then we are going to do the other thing. You can see a bunch of motifin. Now I ask a question before this experiment. I am going to add the motifin one by one. If we add the motifin one by one, whether it is the water is overflow or not overflow. You see it carefully. First I am going to add one pin. No change. Add going to 2, 3. The water is filled till the top. We are going to add one more. You please listen that. Not add the pin, put the pin, the hole. It is fitted only one by one. You please look at here. You see that all the motifins I showed you are put into the water. There is no increase in the level of water. The water does not overflow it. Then where does the motifin goes? What information we can get from this? The motifin situated the space between different water molecules. We came to the conclusion that there is no change in the water molecules. We came to the conclusion that there is space between the innumerable number of H2O molecules. So they become closer, and there is that space between. There is no water flow in it. Water over it. So we can conclude that we came to the conclusion that these things, matter is anything that occupies space and gas mass. Everything in our surroundings, whether it is living or non-living, whether in any state, are said to be a matter. All the matters are made up of very, very tiny particles beyond our imagination. There is space between the different particles in a substance. Okay, thank you. We can see the experiments in the next episode also. Thank you.